Hey friends, I am here to do a little bit of fun planting with you this week. So when you picked up your packets, you guys got a bag that inside it had 2 little pots of soil and 1 bag full of seeds. But something I really want to draw your attention to is there was 2 different types of seeds in there, and they looked a little bit different too. So there was 3 nasturtium seeds, and the nasturtium seeds I actually think look like tiny little human brains. Okay, but there's 3 of them, and they're pretty small. They're similar in color to the wheatgrass seeds, but they definitely are a different shape and size. So there's 3 of those, and then the rest of them are these wheatgrass seeds. So you're gonna plant your 3 nasturtium seeds, which a nasturtium is a type of flower. You're gonna plant those in 1 pot, and then you're gonna plant your wheatgrass seeds in another pot. And so what you're gonna notice when you're planting is that we've been talking and learning. We're going to be learning a lot about seeds and what plants need. And while they all need the same things, they don't necessarily need the same amount of things. So seeds need space to grow. And so you're going to have to give some soil, some space for your seeds to grow, but your nasturtium seeds need more space to grow. And your wheatgrass seeds need less space to grow. So you're going to notice when we're planting those, we're going to plant them a lot closer together. And they also don't have to be as deep. So the nasturtium seeds we're actually going to plant down in the soil, whereas the wheatgrass seeds are going to be planted on top of the soil. And so what I'm going to do is make sure my soil is sort of even in my cup there. And then I'm just going to dig a little hole. And there's a poem that you might be hearing this week that we shared with you on another video was about planting. It says, dig the soil, pick the weeds, poke the hole, plant some seeds. So we're gonna poke the hole with our little finger, and I'm only gonna go up to about my first little knuckle there, and it's gonna be not that deep in the hole. We don't want it to be super deep down in the cup. So I'm gonna just drop my seed in the cup there, and I'm not sure if Miss Kenyon, if you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm gonna cover it up a little bit. And then I don't wanna plant right on top of it. I'm gonna go give it a little bit of space. So each seed has its own little spot to grow. And so right now, the outside of the seed that we're seeing is the seed coat. And inside that seed is that little plant getting all ready to go. And so what we're gonna do is we'll give it some water, and as it moistens up that seed coat, the seed coat will soften up, and that tiny little baby plant will start to grow. The roots will grow down, and the little tiny stem will begin to grow up. So these wheatgrass seeds, you're gonna notice, I'm gonna do it a little bit different. I'm not gonna be poking any holes. I'm gonna make sure that my soil is sort of flat there. And then what I'm gonna do is just take them, and I'm really just gonna sprinkle them over top and sort of cover up. If some of them get under the soil a little bit, that's okay, not a big deal. But I'm just gonna cover up the top of my soil. So they all have a little bit of space, but they're pretty close. So you notice we're planting 2 different types of plants, both seeds. They both have the same needs, but different amounts. So what you're gonna do is put these in a spot where they're gonna get some good sun, because in order for plants to grow, they need some space, but they need that sunlight, that water, and that CO2. And so you're gonna give them that sunlight and that water, and you can talk to them too, because of that CO2. But one thing about the water is on the bottom there's holes. So you really wanna make sure that always you have your parents' permission to water it, and you ask them beforehand, and you make sure that there's something underneath to catch it, because you don't want all that water to spill out. You also, when you check it, it doesn't have to be super, super soggy. You just wanna sort of keep it a little moist. You're gonna notice that it might take longer for some of the seeds to sprout. The nasturtium seeds can take up to like a couple days to a week sometimes to show a little baby sprout, whereas you'll notice with the wheatgrass seeds it happens a lot faster. Something else that is really fun with the wheatgrass is that as it starts to grow, something that's really cool that you can do is you can cut it, and then it'll keep growing. And so you could sort of give your wheatgrass a little haircut, or pretend like you're a little lawnmower with some scissors. Now the nasturtiums, if they start to grow and you cut them, they will not continue to grow. So you want to make sure that you know that with some plants you can cut them and they keep growing. Others, once you cut them, that's the end of the story. So enjoy growing your wheatgrass, enjoy growing your nasturtiums, and we're going to be growing them here in the classroom. And so we're going to keep checking back to see how yours are doing, and you'll get to see how ours are doing here. So have fun planting. See you later.